We are observing Kartik VRATA. We are reading about Siksastaka, commentary by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur. We heard about the first effect, Cetodarpanamarjanam, and also Bhava Mahadvagni Nirvapanam. It will extinguish the forest fire of material existence. Then the question came, then will Sankirtan stop? No. Next line says, Shreyo Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Shreyo means, according to Shastra, eternal welfare, ultimate welfare. So it gives that eternal welfare to the jiva like moonlight is opening white lotus. So that rays are coming and jiva is getting eternal welfare, means service of Krishna. Our Gurudev told, Shreyo Kairava Chandrika means Supreme Lord will appear. He's all good. And automatically also relationship will come. So Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur further so here the example of the moon is used because it produces nectar. Eternal, transcendental ambrosia, nectar. In response to an opponent who asks, when will one who engages in pure bhakti achieve their intrinsic identity and nature, means Swarup? Sri Gaurachandra says, Vidya Badu Jivanam. The holy name is the very life of transcendental knowledge, which is like a subservient wife. In reality, the potency of Bhagavan is one. It has two functions, Vidya or knowledge and Avidya or ignorance. Vidya is known as the Yogamaya Swarup Shakti, internal potency. Avidya is the creator of matter who eclipses the Jiva Swarup and spiritual qualities. When pure bhakti arises at the time of sadhana, while engaged in hearing, chanting, etc., then Bhakti Devi, who eliminates all other desires apart from that which is spiritual, dispels one's avidya. Like our Gurudev told, when light comes, then darkness is automatically removed and all the problems created by darkness are also removed. With the weapon of knowledge, she cuts asunder the two bodies that the jiva identifies with, namely the gross and subtle bodies. She manifests, means bhakti, the pure spiritual form of the Swarupagata jiva, even awarding the form of a gopika, if he is qualified to relish maduras. So according to one's nature, that form will be revealed. Therefore, it is proven that Shri Krishna Kirtan is, like a wife, the very life of transcendental knowledge, Vidya Badu Jivan. It is observed that the Swarup Shakti is the wife, or Vadu, of Shri Krishna, and this is described in his Lila Vilas, or playful pastimes. That is why we are singing in the morning, Bishuddha Vidya Badu Jivanuru Krishna Kirtana Jayo Siddha Swarup. You will realize or get first that revelation, first stage of revelation at the stage of Vidyabhadu Jivan, which is the stage of Asakti. We are hearing in the morning, early morning, at the end of night, that Pancham Shlokete Nija Siddha Deho Boro. By practicing fifth verse, that is stage of Asakti, fifth verse of Śikṣāṣṭaka, then you will accept your spiritual form. Oi shloke siddha dehe radha padashray. Arambha Kariya bhajan unnati udoy. Getting your transcendental spiritual form by and taking shelter of Radharani. If one is for Madhuras, then this will come. Otherwise, if some others, it will come like taking shelter of Subal or Nanda Jashoda in Vatsalya Bhav. Then, Chaya Shlok Bhajite Anartha Dure Gelo. Tobe Jana Siddha Deho Adhikara Hoilo. When you will be well established in sixth verse, then you will actually be realized in your real eternal self. Before, you get some glimpse to practice Raganuga sadhana. Then, at the stage of bhava, you will be fully identified with that form which is you eternally. After the gross and subtle bodies are eliminated, the jiva's finite nature becomes purified. An opponent may say, then his happiness must also become insignificant due to the finite nature of his swarup. Jiva is finite, very small. Then the Purva Paksha opponent says, then happiness is also small. Then Śrī Sachinandan, means Gaurahari, teaches Anandambudhi Vardhanam. It increases the ocean of bliss. It is not something small and it is not static. It is always increasing. In this condition, Shri Krishna Sankirtan increases the jiva's inherent bliss unlimitedly through the primary function of the Hladini Shakti. Hladini Shakti means Radharani or internal potency, Swarup Shakti. So jiva has Satchidananda, but it is minute. But when in connection with Swarup Shakti or Hladini Shakti, Radharani, then that increases unlimitedly in the service of Krishna. That is why that Brahmananda, which jiva naturally has, it is transcendental bliss, but it is very small and it is static in comparison to Premananda or Sevananda. I heard from Gurudev on train that Brahmananda is like nothing in comparison with this, with Seva. When you get the assistance or you get blessing of Swarup Shakti, you get the service of Krishna. And that is always dynamic because it is lila and it is always increasing. One time also I was regretting that I am having so many other desires and I have no desire to actually serve Krishna. So what is the remedy? I have to come in touch with Gurudev, because he is on the topmost level of devotion. So by associating with him, that devotion will also be awakened in me. So I had certain conception like Gurudev Uttamadhikari, like on that highest platform of devotion. So by coming in contact with him, I will also get inspired for devotion. Then when I came to Kolkata, our mat, Gurudev was already playing the pastime of illness. So I came and I submitted and was doing that seva. Then suddenly one day I got some glimpse that what I had as a conception of highest devotion was my mental picture of highest thing. But Gurudev's devotion is not like that. Gurudev's devotion is always increasing. It is not something like highest what I can imagine. That was removed by the grace of Gurudev, my conception, and the glimpse that is unlimited and always increasing. It is not static. You cannot catch it by your conception. No, it is always increasing, unlimitedly. So by coming in touch with that dynamo, then we also get inspired to serve Krishna. So here, Radharani means Hladini Shakti, means in concrete form in this world, that is Gurudev. The jiva who achieves his pure swarup attains boundless bliss. Boundless. Really, it is so boundless. There are no boundaries. You cannot put any there. In such a state, he experiences spiritual pleasure at every moment. Pratipadam. And by anuraga, that is divine attachment, he attains purnamrita aswadanam, the relishing of complete nectar at every step, every moment. Because always serving Krishna, so always that bliss is tasted by jiva. Because the thirst for Bhagavan's eternally youthful form cannot be satiated, one's enjoyment of rasa is always eternally fresh. There is no end to that. Because endeavors for now Purva Paksha again. Because endeavors for sense enjoyment are opposed to pure prema, how can one achieve pure bliss in that state? Considering this, that crest jewel of sannyasis has added the phrase Sarvatma Snapanam. It baths the entire Atma. In that state, since Krishna's bliss is pure, the jiva, having forsaken any selfish desires to enjoy, baths in the complete bliss of the pastimes of the divine couple, in his inherent position as a maidservant of Srimati Radhika, if you are in that Manjari Bhav. The Hladini Shakti, who fully possesses Mahabhav. Here, the two words Sarvatma Snapanam is understood to mean that one is fully purified from the defect of desiring the liberation of merging into Brahman and the faults of enjoying selfish desires. So that is natural state of jiva. There is no selfishness there, and that bliss is not sought by jiva. desired. Jiva's only desire is to serve Krishna, Radha Krishna, and that bliss is automatically coming to Jiva. It is not because Jiva is hankering after self-enjoyment. No, it is as a consequence automatically coming. So that bliss is pure. It is not contaminated by any selfishness, like wanting to merge yourself into Brahman. Means you are not doing service of Krishna there. That is selfishness. You are enjoying liberation, but that is not service. That is not your duty as a servant of Krishna. And what to speak of other heavenly pleasures or these worldly pleasures here, that is all selfishness. But that bliss which comes from the service of Krishna, that is pure bliss. So everything about Jiva is purified. Everything is pure. No fault there. May that Shri Krishna Sankirtan, which possesses 7 qualities and is replete with prema for the splendorous pastimes of the divine couple, whose forms are Sat Chit Ananda, be victorious over all. Here ends the Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary to the first verse. Now we will read Srila Bhakti Siddhānta Saraswatī Goswami Thakur's. Shri Krishna Kirtanaya Namah. Obeisance unto Shri Krishna Kirtan. Our Gurudev used to say this in Harikatha. You have to see this point very carefully. Shri Krishna Kirtanaya Namah. Gurudev said, generally we say Krishnaya Namah or Ramaya or Baladevaya Namah. We offer our obeisance to person, some person. But why here Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur wrote Shri Krishna Kirtanaya Namah, obeisance to Krishna Kirtan? Gurudev explained because Prabhupada knows, he realized that Krishna Kirtan is non-different from Krishna. So obeisance to Krishna Kirtan. And then he clarifies further, Shri Krishna Sankirtan Kari Gurudev, or Shri Krishna Sankirtan Vigraha Shri Gaura Sundarer Jaya Hok. This Prabhupada wrote. Means, all glory to the performer of Shri Krishna Sankirtan, Shri Gurudev, and the embodiment of Shri Krishna Kirtan, Shri Gaura Sundara. Here Gurudev told that embodiment of Krishna Kirtan is Mahāprabhu. And who can perform Krishna Kirtan? That is Gurudev, servant of Mahāprabhu or Krishna. He is able, because he has that devotion. Only one has devotion, he can perform Kirtan. Otherwise not. So we are following Gurudev. He is doing Kirtan, we are following that Kirtan. Anu Kirtan we can do. So we have to have this clear conception that Krishna Kirtan is non-different from Krishna, and embodiment of Krishna Kirtan is Gaura Sundar, and Guru is the one who can perform Kirtan. We give Jai to them, victory. We say all glories to them, we submit to them, we want to be conquered by them, we want to be engaged in their service. Then it will be possible to do Kirtan, actual Kirtan. There are descriptions of numerous limbs of Bhakti in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and Śrī Hari Bhakti Vilas from amidst the innumerable types of sadhana bhakti. Principally, 64 limbs of bhakti are discussed regarding Vaida and Raganuga Bhakti sadhana. We also see mention of pure bhakti in the words of Shri Prahlad in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. But Sri Gaura Sundar has said, Sri Nama Sankirtan is the foremost practice amongst all the limbs of Bhakti. Here our Gurudev also gave emphasis that Prahlad Maharaj said 9 forms of devotion. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu there are 64 kinds. In Hari Bhakti Vilas and one Tantra there are 1,000 forms. I don't know if in Hari Bhakti Vilas, but one Tantra Gurudev mentioned 1,000. So why here Prabhupada is telling innumerable types of sadhana bhakti, unlimited types? Then Gurudev told, because by combination and permutation, mathematically, by combination of different sadhanas and permutation, you can make unlimited, taking 1%, some percentage of this form of that, and in this way you can make unlimited. That is why Prabhupada says the unlimited types of sadhana bhakti. Rupa Goswami gave 64 in relation to Vaidhi and Raganuga. These practices of Raganuga are same external practices as in Vaidhi Bhakti, but Raganuga devotee will do with great love those forms, and also internally he will always worship in Lila, serving Lila, that is added there. But otherwise this outside Nama, Kirtan, Diti, worship, all these are same in Vaidhi and Raganuga. And of all these forms of devotion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Nama Sankirtan is the foremost practiced amongst all the limbs of Bhakti. Knowers of reality or Tattva ascertain the absolute, the Advaya Gyan Bostu, that is non-dual truth or non-dual object, that is absolute. Nothing can be outside of him. Solely on the basis of Chit, that is consciousness, that is exclusively through Gyan or awareness as Brahma, not four-headed Brahma, but Brahma with short A at the end, that is like a Brahman. Through the modes of Sat, one who realizes the Sat aspect of eternity, he realizes Brahman or existence. And Chit as Paramatma, those who realize this, they will realize Paramatma. And through all Shaktis, that is Sat, Chit and Ananda or bliss, as Bhagavan. So this is from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, you know that verse, Tat-Gyanam, Tat-Vidam, Ad-Gyanam, I forgot how it starts. Tat-Vidah, Advaya-Gyanam, later it comes Brahmati, Paramatmati, Bhagavaniti, Shabdate. So those who are following Jnana mark, they can realize this Advaya Gyan, means non-dual knowledge, but up to this point, only Sat, eternal existence, as undifferentiated spirit, that light, Brahma. And further, if someone realizes also Chit aspect, then he will realize same non-dual truth as Paramatma. And if further realization that same non-dual truth, Satchit Ananda, then he will realize Bhagavan, who has all kinds of potencies. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, they are one and the same, but depth of realization is different. Through vision of his Aishwarya or majesty, Bhagavan is Vasudev. And through vision of his Madhurja, sweetness, and relaxed Aishwarya, Bhagavan is Shri Krishna. He has Aishwarya, but It does not overpower that sweetness. Śrī Narayan is the object of worship in 2.5 rasas. Because there is awe and reverence, so Shanta, Dasya, and half Sakya, majestic with in awe and reverence Sakya, with little distance. So these 2.5 are possible in Narayan. And Shri Krishna is the worshipable treasure of all 5 rasas. From Shri Krishna comes the Mahavaikuntha Lila of his Vaibhava Prakash form, Shri Baladev. There, the eternal quaternity, means quadruple that form, of Vasudev, Shankarsham, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha resides eternally. That is Mahavaikuntha. Japa of a mantra occurs only within the mind. Thereby, the performer of japa, the meditator, achieves success. But when the lips move, kirtan, which is more fruitful than japa, occurs. When kirtan occurs, its listeners are benefited, in addition to its performers. So in Shastra you will find this description. Japa means meditative repetition of mantra with counting. That is japa. And there are 3 types of repetition possible. Of them, totally mentally, totally silent is the best. And you can use fingers for counting or some knots or japa mala. Mala means rosary, that garland of beads, for counting. That is for those mantras. It is different for Mahamantra. In those mantras only mentally you can do, and that is called japa. Generally in Western countries you will find devotees, they call their japa mala japa. So they say, I will chant on japa. But japa means mental utterance of mantras. And when you pronounce it, that is kirtan. But those diksha mantras you cannot pronounce loudly. Maha mantra you can do both, japa silently and loudly, both. Immediately when it is pronounced, it is called as kirtan. Generally you will find in West, in some organization, they have such understanding that when you sit and you sing, that is called, we are doing bhajans. But when they are dancing and singing, that is called kirtan. But it is not fully like only that meaning. So they become surprised or confused when someone from Gauriya Math will say, let us start kirtan before Harikatha. Then they think, oh, we have to dance and jump and like this. No, kirtan means any kind of singing when you pronounce. So when we sing Shri Guru Charana Padma, all these songs, that is also kirtan. Not only dancing. And there are other types of kirtan also, like Path Kirtan. To recite Srimad Bhagavatam, like Bhagavat Path. That is also one kind of kirtan. So many different kinds of kirtans there, but the main point is when you utter when you pronounce loudly, and when you do mentally, that is called japa. And for Mahamantra, you can do both mentally and loudly. Also when chanting on beats, you can do both mentally or loudly or whispering. Haridas Ṭhākur, our Gurudev told, he was chanting 1 lakh loudly, 2 lakhs mentally. Some others say 1 lakh loudly, 1 lakh whispering, and 1 lakh mentally. And there is one what is that post circulating in the name of our Gurudev in those mailing lists like this, where it is written, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us through Haridas Ṭhākur Japam. But by uttering loudly Kirtan, that is more beneficial. So it is not fully correct transcription from what Gurudev told in one Harikatha, in Russia and other places also. The point was, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Puri and he was visiting Haridas Ṭhākur every day, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Haridas Ṭhākur about this. Then Haridas Ṭhākur explained that Kirtan is superior to Japa, because Japa will benefit only the one who is doing it. He's mentally doing it, so he will be benefited. But Kirtan is 100 times superior. Haridas Ṭhākur is saying. It is not that Haridas Ṭhākur is doing Japa, so that is Chaitanya teaching through him. He is doing Japa mentally. But Kirtan, which some others except Haridas Ṭhākur they are doing, that is superior. But this is not the point Gurudev made. Haridas Ṭhākur was explaining to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Kirtan is far superior, 100 times superior, because other living entities who will hear that, they will also be benefited. Our Gurudev gave example, if someone is earning money and he's maintaining himself, that is okay, it is good. He's not depending on others or exploiting others, that is okay. But if someone is earning money and also distributing to others, that is better, it is superior. Like that, one who will loudly chant Harinam, he's doing good to himself as well as to others who will hear. And there are some living entities who cannot utter it in present stage, like trees, animals like this, but they can hear, so they will also be liberated. That was also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Ṭhākur discussion there. Mahaprabhu said, I am worried about these Muslims, how they will be rescued. Then Haridas Ṭhākur said, don't worry, when they will see that pig and they will say haram, 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 then they will get Namabas, they will be rescued. And then Mahaprabhu said, yes, but what about these living entities? How they will be rescued? They cannot utter. Then Haridas Ṭhākur, already you introduced Nagar Sankirtan. This word is used, Nagar Sankirtan, not Harinam, but Nagar Sankirtan. You already introduced this when devotees, they will loudly chant. And any place, even forest, one time in Assam, Parang Gurudev was doing a Nagar Sankirtan with devotees, and they passed through from one village to another, and there was forest in between. So some devotees, they became less enthusiastic because they could not see any people around. We are doing to show to others, but real devotees, they are not doing. So they lost some enthusiasm. Then Prabhupada said, no, all these trees, animals, everyone, they will get benefit. So loudly you perform with enthusiasm. Also, when we were in Pula, Croatia in 1999, with Srila Bhaktivinoda Puri Goswami Maharaj, in one forest on the beach, on in seaside, we were doing kirtan, and then when it stopped, when he started to speak Harikatha, then he said, and we did not think about before, but when he said it, then we saw that, then we understood that he's seeing this. He said, you did very good. Now all these trees here, they will be benefited, they will be rescued. Also all animals, fish, all inside the water, they will also be rescued. So you did very good. That time we saw that how really pure devotee he's seeing that. We are not thinking, we are just doing, but they are seeing the whole picture, what is going on. So kirtan is superior to japa. And Haridas Ṭhākur, he did both japa and kirtan. Not only japa, as someone may think by reading that. It is not like that. Haridas Ṭhākur was doing kirtan with Nityananda Prabhu, also in Śrīva Sangam, in there, also in Puri, when Ratha Yatra and all this. And he was loudly chanting when that Lakshahira was came prostitute. Also when Maya Devi came, he was loudly chanting. Daily he was loudly chanting 1 lakh Harinam. It's not that he was only doing japa. And that was his preaching. Whoever heard his chanting was benefited. Raghunath Das Goswami also yesterday we heard. He got first darshan, first connection with devotion through Haridas Ṭhākur. And that bore fruit in future to meet all Mahāprabhu and everyone. So Haridas Ṭhākur is also dancing in that one and singing in that Ratha Yatra group. So it is not that only he is doing japa. So Mahāprabhu taught the japa through Haridas Ṭhākur and kirtan through others. No. There is conversation. That was what Gurudev was explaining. Conversation between Haridas Ṭhākur and Mahāprabhu when Haridas Ṭhākur is explaining the difference between japa and kirtan and giving emphasis on kirtan. Haridas Ṭhākur. So here Prabhupada is telling this point. When kirtan occurs, its listeners are benefited in addition to its performers. The word Sankirtan means complete kirtan. That is, that which, when chanted, does not require the help of any other limb of sadhana. Partial kirtan of Sri Krishna is not the meaning of Sankirtan. When the jiva, by performing partial kirtan of Krishna, does not attain all good fortune, then many doubts may arise about the power of Krishna kirtan. So let complete kirtan of Sri Krishna be victorious over all. Samyak kirtan. Samyak means complete. So Samyak kirtan means Sankirtan. So complete means that which is properly done for the satisfaction of Krishna. So Krishna is fully satisfied. So it does not require assistance of any other form of devotion. That type of pure kirtan. Like for example, I forgot to mention before, Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswatī Thakur. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he told that Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj is akinchan, means he has no any material possessions, nothing. Very simple living, no temples, no, akinchan. There's one meaning, what he meant. Another meaning is akinchan means one who only wants Krishna, because A means Vishnu in Aum. So one who only desires Krishna. So both is there in Krishna Das Babaji. But Swami Maharaj told he's akinchan, describing his quality. So then some devotees started to call him Akinchan Krishna Das Babaji, as if this is, then later on it came as if this is his name, but that is not his name. His name is Krishna Das Babaji, not Akinchan Krishna Das Babaji. And later on, some made it short and started to say Akinchan Babaji Maharaj. So you see how it goes. By not properly following what pure devotees mean. Then who will know Akinchan Babaji Maharaj? Who is this? Akinchan Babaji Maharaj. His name is Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, disciple of Prabhupada. So he did such chanting, pure chanting, that there was no necessity of doing anything else. You know, many in the mat, they were complaining against him. They came to Prabhupada. He's staying in the mat. He's not doing any seva. We have to do puja and collection and cooking and everything we have to do, but he's not doing. Only chanting whole day and night. Then Prabhupada heard. He said, okay, then you also do. I will personally bring prasad into your room. You have no any other duty to do, nothing. Only you constantly chant all day and night. You chant as Babaji Maharaj, that I'm not Babaji yet, Swadhikarananda Prabhu. You do, I will bring prasad, no any other duty, no need to do. Then they tried, and after a few days they could not. Then they understood. Yes, we are not on that platform as Babaji Maharaj. And once they forcefully tried to put him in the seva of deity worship. So Babaji Maharaj went inside and he was holding Japamala and chanting Harinam, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and in another hand he was ringing the bell. That was his archan, because they cannot understand that by only chanting he's doing everything, but they cannot understand. So to pacify them, he was that ringing the bell. So that is complete Nama Kirtan when one does for the satisfaction of Krishna. There is no need of assistance of any other limb. Krishna is fully satisfied. And Babaji Maharaj, Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, he also gave emphasis that you have to pronounce the name. Don't inside do. You pronounce it. Even if it is only little, but you pronounce it. You have to hear it. Harinam. And our Gurudev told he was with him in the room. Then after 10 p.m. when the light went off, he ordered our Guru to take rest. Then he was still chanting whole night, but with less sound, but pronouncing name. So he gave emphasis, and our Gurudev told, because if you don't pronounce in this hour stage, then mental diversion will come. Haridas Ṭhākur is fully pure. He can do mentally 1 lakh without any difficulty, but it is not possible for us. He can do 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs mentally. We cannot do, because we are not on that level of purity. So better to pronounce, and also Gurudev told then that will be proper Jukta Vairagya. Otherwise, it may be Falgu Vairagya. You are not using everything for the service of Krishna. You are not using your tongue, your lips, your voice for the service of Krishna. So on your stage, that is necessary. You pronounce. Yes, and our Gurudev also explains Samyak Kirtan means not only Mahamantra, but also means Harikatha. That is also form of Sankirtan, where you will speak about the glories of transcendental name, form, attributes and pastimes of Krishna. That will be complete Kirtan. You will find in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songbook, I think in Gita Mala or Gitavali, one of these two, there it is Nama Kirtan songs, Rupa Kirtan songs, then Guna Kirtan songs, attributes, and Lila Kirtan songs, and in Harikatha also all coming. And our Bharati Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Bigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj, he explained complete Kirtan means all rasas. Shantadasya, Sakavatsala, Madhurja, they are possible only with Nandanandan Krishna. So all rasas, complete with all rasas, that is complete Kirtan. So let complete Kirtan of Shri Krishna be victorious overall. In Kirtan of, so three meaning, in another one letter, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Ṭhākur, or in some Harikatha, I don't remember, it is quoted there in his Upadeshamrita, that Sankirtan has three meanings. Samyak Kirtan means this, Nam Rup Gun Lila. Then when many devotees meet and unitedly they are chanting, means congregational chanting, and also without tenfold offenses, then it will be Sankirtan or complete Kirtan, Samyak Kirtan. In Kirtan of mundane matters, you see Kirtan means speaking of mundane matters, partial intent to enjoy arises. But in the supramundane, means aprakrita realm, Shri Krishna alone is the focus, and there is no scope for mundanity there, no material there thing. Thus, all attainments beyond the material energy are attainable through Shri Krishna Sankirtan. Amongst all such attainments, 7 particular attainments are inherent in Shri Krishna Sankirtan. These have been mentioned in this verse. Shri Krishna Sankirtan is the cleanser of the mirror of the Jiva's dirty mind, Chitta. Trivial desires, Anya Bilas, based on aversion to the Lord, enjoyment of the results of one's actions, that is karma, and renunciation of the results of one's action, that is jnana. The Jiva's mind is completely covered by these 3 types of filth, means dirt, Anya Bilas, karma and jnana. The best tool to remove such rubbish from the mirror of the Jiva's mind is Shri Krishna Sankirtan. That is all dirty because it is not natural for the Jiva. It is aversion to Krishna. These 3 types of deception or koitava, cheating, are coverings which obstruct the true nature of the Jiva from being reflected in the mirror of the Jiva's mind. Only Sankirtan of Shri Krishna can remove them. By performing complete Kirtan of Shri Krishna, the jiva can perceive their own servitorship to Krishna in the looking glass of their own mind. That is mirror, looking glass of their own mind. So now we cannot see that reflected. But when, by performing Sankirtan of Shri Krishna, when that will be purified, then we can see ourselves in pure mirror. Who am I? Even though this world is sweet at first, it is actually like a firestorm in a dense forest. Now and then, trees in a forest are being destroyed by the firestorm. Those who are averse to Krishna continuously tolerate the pains or burns of this world like the heat of a firestorm, but only when they engage in complete kirtan of Krishna do they, even while remaining in this world, attain freedom from the affliction of this blazing fire as a result of their inclination toward Krishna. This is the second result. When one will purify heart of all other desires and will be completely surrendered to Krishna, then even while remaining in this world, he will not have any suffering, no pain, nothing. Then one will say, I saw that devotee, he became sick, that he died like this. No, as we heard from Kapil Bhagavan to Devahuti, their mind is fully fixed on Krishna. They are always on transcendental platform. They are not feeling any pain of these things. That is, of course, for pure devotees, Jivan Muktas, liberated souls, while they are having no. But others, up to their degree of surrender, that much, they are getting kleshagni, the removal of miseries. We are singing Hela Bhava Daba Nirbapana Briti. Krishna Kirtana Jayo Klesha Nibriti. Klesh means miseries. They are removed up to that degree, how much we are surrendered. So tomorrow there is a special day. We'll hear the glories of Vaishnavas and Rasa Lila. And if there will be something at least we will read, because to follow the regulated service, we will continue this Śikṣāṣṭakam.